Hello, and welcome to Street Level Resources. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about a trick that I played. And these are the kind of things that will help to illustrate the incredible problem you have getting the mentally ill help. It's hard to get them off the street when they don't think there's anything wrong with them. So I have a friend, and his brother is schizophrenic, and he was roaming the streets scaring people in a little vacation town. And my friend and his sister um, got a situation where they got a mobile home and convinced him to move out from underneath the bridge and into the mobile home, where he's away from the tourists and they can make sure he's getting regular meals. But here's the problem: they can't get him to go to a doctor. He's nothing wrong with him. He's doing great. He's not living under a bridge anymore. He's got a motorhome. He's doing great for himself. So what did we do? We convinced him to scam the system. We told him, we want you to go in there, pretend to be crazy, and see if they'll give you some benefits, even though you're not really crazy. Now, you and I know he is. He has real mental illnesses. But he got treatment for them because his brother and sister convinced him to go in, apply for the benefits as a crazy person, and scam them. If that's what it takes to get your mentally ill relative the treatment they need, then do it. I guarantee you, he can go in there and pretend to be crazy all he wants to. It's not going to hide the fact that he does have an underlying mental illness. Now, there's a reason why I'm using craziness here rather than mental illness. I'm using it in a different context. I'm using it in the television context, where I'm telling an actual person with a mental illness to go in and act like a television character, because that's also something that's important to note. They're not crazy, okay? That's a television movie concept. We're talking about people who have chemical imbalances in their brain. In a lot of cases, it's not really a mental illness. It's a physical illness that affects their mental capacity. With schizophrenics, for some reason, the brain is firing off in the wrong place. So that's what these psychotropic drugs do, is they change the chemical imbalance back. So we are treating physical illnesses in addition to mental illnesses. The problem, as you know, is that if you go and talk to these people, there's nothing wrong. Life is against them and they've gotten a bad deal, but they're very friendly, they're very helpful to one another. Some of the coolest people I have ever met live in that community. But they need to get treatment. And they need a place, just like you and I, where they can go and flush the toilet when they're done. Because when you're living in a tent and you're peeing off the side of a mountain, things are not going good health-wise. When you've got no place to put your trash. These are the real problems with homelessness. It's not the camps. It's that the camps lack basic sanitation. They're a danger health-wise. So, obviously we share your concerns, but our problems are, those of us in the working with the mentally ill, is that you have taken away all the places they used to live. If you don't think closing damage 25 years ago has caused the homelessness you see in Portland, you're not paying attention. So let's start really thinking about the mentally ill and what we can do to help them, and the reality of why they live the way they do. Again, you're going to hear a lot of repeating when you listen to my tapes, because you learn by repetition. They can't rent. They've set a previous apartment on fire. They broke the sinks off the walls and flooded the place. Something happened, because they're not easy people to deal with. They're not going to be able to get a regular apartment, even though they may have the money for it. So the question is, what do we do? Do we put them in a facility like Damisch, with all the inherent problems that come with institutionalization? Do we go out and provide sewer and garbage and a place to wash your clothes to people living in homeless camps? I don't know, is that a good idea? Health-wise, I think it is, and I think it's at least a start. I don't think we need to be handing out blankets and sleeping bags and tents as much as we need to make sure that there's a porta potty within walking distance, that there's a dumpster to put your trash in, things like that. So I'm inviting debate, of course, as always. Please join, make some comments on the site that I will be addressing, and you can ask questions and you can make comments. And I want not just people who work every day in it, but I want everyday people who are affected by the homeless to be involved. I want you to express your concerns, because yeah, in the middle of the night they're screaming and yelling and chasing each other with sticks. You don't know what's going on. And that's what we're here for. We're here to teach, and we're here to provide some solutions. All right, well, that's enough yakking about for this week. I'll see you next week. You have a great day.